There you go. All right, let's do this. Yo 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 yo. Welcome to another episode of the Cheatcoders podcast. My name is Raph. This is episode 177.
177.
And
Almost
I'm
forgot my cue.
here
Damn.
with my usual suspects of Don, the comedian, doing stuff and not inviting me to anything that he does. It's like I'm his biggest critic that he doesn't want to invite.
Oh man, I invited you to the last one I did.
I know, that was like, forcefully invited.
That was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago too, man. I didn't have
4
a beard
years
back
was
then.
it?
Shit.
4 years. Wow.
All right, that's the end of my gripe. So on to my right is Mr. Mighty Ducks all over, head to toe.
Quack.
Hey,
My toes are ducks.
Mr. Garcia, how you doing?
Zippity zip. I'm good, man. How are you guys?
Zippity zip up zoo. And all the way in London town, looking like you're glowing. You got that dad glow happening into your face.
Your beard's looking good, man.
Your mustache is giving you that wisdom.
Yeah, facial hair is
Are
gone.
you pregnant, Matt?
Your forehead is giving us baby vibes.
Vibes of the future.
Vibes of the future. And man, how you doing? That's blazing.
What's up, bro? I actually just woke up, so thanks. Thanks for complimenting me. I feel like I'm tired, but I guess I don't look as
Hashtag no
Nah,
filter.
man,
But I am.
It's that morning glory, bro. It's happening all over your face.
Asian don't raise it, bro. Asian don't raise it.
Good morning, glory.
Good morning, glory.
Well, we are here live at Open Studio. It's been a while since we've been doing this pod, and I feel like I've been having withdrawals. And I was saying it to you guys. Man, I miss you guys. The vibe that we had and the content that we create. I want to give flowers when people are alive, man. So you guys are really the reason why we keep pushing through on this podcast. So thank you guys.
100%.
Thank you. So that's our once in every 3 episode sucking dick thing that we do.
Let me suck a little bit of dick.
But the boys are the boys, bro. I love it.
Speaking of sucking dick, I'd like to shout out to our patrons.
What was it going there?
I was like, wait a minute. It's done coming out.
Maybe at a point.
Speaking of sucking dick, guess what I did on the weekend?
Shout out to our patrons. So we have a Patreon. Please join our Patreon.
Please.
Subscribe to it. There are different tiers. But first,
Shit is wild, guys. Shit is wild.
The last episode was pretty wild and pretty revealing, I think. Pretty revealing.
Yeah.
Got into some revealing stuff. So shout outs to Mikhail, to Mike, to Richard, Stephen, and AJ for our patrons on there.
Oh, legends. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. I want to come to a point where, we have to allocate like a whole 5 minutes of shout outs.
Yeah.
So that's when I know there's a lot of people there.
We're just sitting there.
That'd be so cool.
Shout out to
The
you.
whole episode.
Shout out to Mike number 3. Stop. But we'll get there. The beginning stages is here. We have to start somewhere. And
Subscribe to our
with this
Patreon.
podcast, we'll start somewhere really wild. Because we're going to go to the wild side. The wild thought of the week. Christian Garcia. Let's start in.
All right.
Let's start out with some fire.
Okay.
Going in hard.
All right. Well,
Going hard.
it's been a while, like you said. Like
Been a while.
there's been so many things that's happened since we last recorded.
Yeah.
And I think we got to address the elephants in the room, like the shit that's going on around the world, right?
Yeah.
So with Russia and Ukraine and the Russian president.
Shit. I wanted to
You
talk
seen
about
that? How the president, he's not like fucking off or stuck in a bunker somewhere. He's getting stuck in. And Philippines too. There's it's presidential year this year.
Election year.
Yeah. So this is the thing that got me thinking is how I would have been if I was put in that position, of becoming a leader.
Yeah.
Or what kind of rules I would do, had I been put, say if I was to run for a presidency, like Kanye did, but I'm gonna go for Philippines instead, right? What kind of policies I would put in.
Yeah.
So, and mind you guys, I'm a fucking idiot, so don't take these seriously.
No one comes to the Cheatcoders. No one comes to the Cheatcoders for political takes.
Exactly. I'm no political scientist or nothing, bro.
Man.
So the first thing I was thinking of doing was make sure that panda salad becomes available all day rather than being a breakfast bread, because that shit is fucking delicious even at lunch and dinner. And
Should come in with its own corned beef as well.
Oh, man!
Like you open it up like it's like pork bun, but instead of pandesal, you
it's
open it up.
Surprise desal.
Surprise like corned beef. Oh.
Kinder desal.
Kinder desal. It's just children praying. That's what they do.
It's still covered in that foil thing too.
Panda surprise.
Panda surprise.
And
I like
so
that.
the second thing I was thinking of doing was you guys heard of Wife Swap, the TV show in MTV? Like where two families
away from my wife.
Yeah, exactly. No. This one's going to be called Life Swap. So one month out of the whole year, you have to swap with like your workers and the bosses. They have to swap their lives together.
Dude, it sounds like a Filipino teleserie.
It can.
Where it's
it can be, right?
They switch lives.
What is this? Parent Trap?
No.
This Filipino style.
Prince and the Pauper.
This is just gonna teach people to treat their workers better.
Actually, that might help with a workplace environment.
Exactly right. So when people experience the other side of the coin, then you'd be like, well, maybe I should pay this person more because that 1 month that I was in his shoes, I was fucking on Struggle Street. You know what I mean?
But you shouldn't make it like don't give it a limit. Give it like they have to have a goal to reach to actually go through. Because if you swap with me, like say if you were my boss and I swap with you as an employee, if I was your boss, and I was on your side as an employee, I'll be like, you know what, I'm just gonna chill because I know next year I'm gonna be back on top. And like whatever you do to me, I'm gonna give it to you 3 times when I'm back as being the boss. So you have to kind of like give it like a goal.
We'll make it like 1 year each, and then they have to keep swapping.
And they have to reach this quota, or else they don't swap. You know, they don't swap back.
Stop living that life.
That's evil, bro.
You have to make the boss work for their job back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's like undercover boss, though.
Jesus.
Well, not really. Like a meaner version.
I mean, I was trying to teach people a lesson of stepping into other people's shoes, but you took it.
I'm taking it to the next level, man.
Yeah,
you're serious about that shit. Oh man,
and the corned beef.
The third thing was that I was gonna make it like a law in Philippines that all basketball hoops, even in the PBA, can only be up to 8 feet, like rather than the regulation 10 feet. Because at the moment,
we can dunk it.
Exactly. There's no dunking in the PBA right now. Well, not for Filipinos at least. And then once that, there's more dunking in the PBA, it's going to be more exciting to watch. And then we can show that to the world. It'll boost our economy, make the country. And this is the other thing as well. I'm going to hold the country accountable until all these 3 have been met. We're not going to see a Pacquiao fight ever again. I'm going to tell Manny, hold off all the fights until we get our shit sorted.
Yeah.
And then it's only then that he can
Manny,
put the gloves back on.
Anything.
Yeah.
We're not going to see you at all.
No karaoke's. Stop playing basketball too.
No being politician. No singing. No dancing. Nothing.
What else does he do? What doesn't he do?
Promoting headphones, apparently.
He does promote headphones. What doesn't Kuya Manny do? Tito Manny do? Does everything.
He doesn't promote the gays.
Oh. Man, that's a hot take.
Oh, bro.
But so this is and the very final thing that I would do if I was president in Phil's is I'm gonna have Bella Porch at the front of our White House. It's called Malacanang, and she's gonna be the the official greeter of guests. So and it's gonna be the front porch of Malacanang, so it's gonna be called Bella's Porch. Which kind of like it leads me to. Just this last thing like I wanted to address as well was that I know there's rumors going around on the internet of me and Bella Porch dating and stuff.
Yeah, I did hear that.
And
I did hear that.
I mean, I don't even know who started these rumors. But I really can't tell you. I can't say, guys. I know TMZ's been like hitting me up for answers and shit, but all I want to say is like me and Bella were kind of just like busy. I mean, she's busy with building her empire, and I'm busy with,
building yours.
Peaky Blinders season 5 just came out, so I got to watch that. And but we're happy. We're keeping us. We're improving ourselves and stuff.
I love it, man. I'm glad that you're happy, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks, man. But that was my wild thoughts of this week.
Congrats to Bella for hooking up with Garcia. Congrats.
We
allegedly.
I had to sign 3 NDAs for this, man. Just wanted to address it. But Bella, I wish you all the best.
That's what you need. You need friends to lie for you.
Yeah.
There was
well, you're not lying. You know.
Sorry, not to lie. To back you up. There we go. Yeah. Because I remember watching there was a interview of Andrew Garfield, and they were talking about how he got the role in that Rent movie, right?
Yeah.
And apparently there's a masseuse that he knows, and he was massaging Lin-Manuel Miranda. And he's like, hey, so can Andrew Garfield sing? And he's like, yeah, he's an amazing singer.
Yeah.
And then afterwards he calls up Andrew. He's like, hey, can you sing? so he had to get singing lessons to be able to do that Broadway show.
Hey, man, you got to back him up, man. Not to always tell everyone that, Don's funny.
Wow. Shots. Oh, man.
Shots fired. We don't have a gunshot. Just press that.
Yeah, always keep that same energy. Because, I noticed that Titas and Titos don't keep that same energy in regards to certain things.
Yeah.
As I previously announced that me and my wife are pregnant with a baby, right?
Congrats,
bro. They didn't keep that same energy when they were when he told them the big news. When we told them the big news, they were just like, "Oh, congratulations, da 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 da."
Yeah.
But the past 3-4 years of trying to go through all the Filipino parties and gatherings and stuff.
Yeah,
their energy was completely different, trying to force me to get a baby out of my wife. They're like, I went from oh, when's the baby coming out? When's the baby coming out? To, oh, is your penis all right? Is there something wrong there? I got a doctor who can help you out.
Is your penis all right?
Is there something? They didn't even say it that way. They were like, oh, is downstairs all right? You know, I could give you some help. I know a doctor to help you out. It's like, and then they give, you probably feel this as well because you guys are old as fuck than I am.
Whoa.
They're
whoa.
Don,
I'm only 17 years younger.
You're not getting
Don.
any younger. I want to see some grandkids.
Oh,
but
man.
they gave me so much energy trying to get me to get my wife pregnant that once my wife got pregnant and I said, guess what? We're finally pregnant. It's something that you've wanted for 3 years. They're like, okay, good.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm like, what the hell, man? It's like turning up to Avengers and then Thanos, he just
it's just tough crowd.
Yeah, no, he just doesn't do what he does, you know?
Yeah.
The crowd was so tough when they're like, you were there for my struggles. But when I reached my goal, you ended up just, not caring.
They just play that shit down.
My youngest brother, he and his partner are expecting. So congratulations to John.
Hey.
And that's let Ken and I off the hook for a little bit.
Yeah.
And my parents would never, they'd never confrontationally given us any pressure about having kids. But my dad would surreptitiously just go up to at a party and be like up to one of my other cousins, hey, when are you guys having kids? And my cousin would be like, ask your sons, just trying to put it back onto us. But that let us off the hook. But I got a new job recently.
Hey. Nice.
I got a new job recently, and telling that to my parents, the reaction from them, man, I was just like, "There's
what did they not take it well?
There was
just, you had a kid.
There was nothing to celebrate.
Oh.
It was just like, oh, I got a new job. I'm doing this. They're like, my dad's like, oh, that's good. And then my mom was like, does it pay better? Oh, my goodness.
Well, why can't they just be like, wow, that's so good?
There's no celebration.
There's no celebration. There's so much energy into you to get to where you want to be, where you need to be in quotation marks. But when you get there, celebration is just flat.
Yeah.
The party is just boring as well. It's like organizing a party. The preparation, everyone's going all in. When the party happens, nothing.
There's no positive reinforcement from. And I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's just. That's probably most of Asian parents, really.
I don't think it's just an Asian parent thing.
Yeah,
that's just a guy thing. This is kind of going we're kind of taking a different turn, but for guys, Nobody gives a fuck, bro.
That's probably it. Because like
no one cares, man.
I noticed that. Now I'm coming back to it. When my sister announced that she was pregnant.
James is on the chat.
Oh shit! Hey. What's up? Guest on the podcast.
What the hell? What did I stumble into? What are you bitching about?
So Don, do you want to introduce our beautiful guest?
Introducing comedian, writer, and according to his website, sufferer of motion sickness. This is James Roque.
Hey, what up? Oh my God, are we on now? Did I
we're getting the warnings, man. You jump in and we're like, nah, we're started already.
And James, the first question is, do you reckon that Filipino mums and dads don't give a fuck about the males in the family?
That's what we
so I have a take on this shit. I think they give a fuck in a different way. So they don't give a fuck about you as in danger. They don't give a fuck. Like you walk to the car by yourself, they don't care. You can get stabbed, whatever. But as if you're like the girl in the family, then it's like everyone's concerned for you because they care about you.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I agree. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's it. Because I was just comparing my pregnancy announcement to my sister's one from she's already had 3 kids.
Yep.
So I'm just like, all right,
she's got man.
She's got 3 kids, and then each of the pregnancy announcements, everyone's like, whoa! Create a whole celebration. Bring out the lechon, bring out the lumpia. Let's have a party for no reason. I come in, they're
for no reason.
For no reason, except for the pregnancy.
I mean, his 3rd baby. Come on.
But then I come up with my pregnancy announcement, like, "Hey, I finally got my wife pregnant," and they're like, "Good job."
Maybe your sister used it for the celebration.
Also, to be fair, I think I will say I think the girls do way more shit. Like you just came and you done, you know. Literally, like the girl, she's gonna carry that shit for 9 months. You know, you don't have to do anything else. That's it.
Yeah, Rafi. I think
let's
Dave's
not
got a
dwell
good
into
point.
this. This
You
is
just
going to
gotta,
cancel a sexism
you're
shit.
gonna have to get used to. You're gonna have to get used to.
But it
not
happens
being
to everything.
praised for anything.
Don was still talking about his job.
I was saying before you jumped on that. I got a new job recently, and when I told my parents, I told my dad. My dad was like, "Oh, that's good," and that was it. And then when I told my mom, she was like, "Does it pay more?" That was all that they asked me, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
I thought they were gonna be like, so when are you gonna get me grandkids?
Oh yeah, I'm off the hook because my youngest brother is having kids.
Hey, I got a new job. Does it give you grandkids?
Does it give you grandkids? Where are you working, Don? Jesus.
You look at the job description, it's like in the salary pack, they're like, oh shit, it does come with kids.
Oh shit, bro, Don, you should have just added that to your contract. Comes with grandkids.
Comes with grandkids.
Yeah, you could. That's part of your negotiation. You're like, oh yeah, I got offered 5 kids over this side, so you guys gonna have to offer me 6 if you want me in this accountant role.
It's like I'm happy to take the superannuation for this much, and also the percentage of tax for this much. But you know, can you throw in a couple of kids? Please?
I'll do it for dental and 3 kids.
They'll be so tripped. They'll be
salary sacrifice. I think that's what they call that shit.
We need to negotiate.
Yeah, when you get up to 8 kids, then you're in the next tax bracket. That's when
when you're up to 8 kids. That's like a typical Filipino family now. Like in their generation.
How many?
Also, because it's Filipino, it's the girls are worth more than the boy kids as well.
Yeah.
Tell me, when you're expecting you're doing the gender reveal, it's kind of like the how much value of worth you have.
Yeah. As soon as they see the blue powder come out the balloon, everyone's like, oh.
Blue powder?
How many do you have any siblings, James?
I do, guys. I have 3 sisters, so the low quality boy. Me, it's me.
Are you the oldest or the youngest?
I'm in the middle, bro. I'm third out the gate.
Yeah, I got 3 sisters as well. I'm the oldest though, so.
Oh shit! Your big brother.
Yeah, the big brother that didn't do shit.
Yeah,
but are you having to do?
I throw all my shit onto my the second oldest because she's kind of like the big sister that I never had. Because I just did nothing
that you never wanted.
Now that if you're the big brother to 3 sisters, do you find yourself having to do you know in Bad Boys 2, when that boy comes to pick up his daughter and him and Martin Lawrence
freak
him out? Do you have to do that to all the boyfriends or girlfriends?
my sister always told me like, what you call it? You always scare off my boyfriends. Like all I do was like mean mug them, like as in like I don't have. I think what's the what
like,
they call
I don't know why you got so scared. I would just stand with the
Masunget.
fucking machete outside the door.
I'm always wearing is like, oh, your boyfriend coming? I just put on a singlet.
Man, like because Garcia and I don't know if you can see Garcia, James. He's over here off camera. But Garcia and I used to threaten our cousins like boyfriends back in the day.
Younger boys.
Yeah, younger boys. And it's not, I don't do it anymore because it's like me threatening kids is not.
Because they're old now.
Because I'm old as fuck now and I can't go to primary school anymore and be like,
you passed the threshold.
Yeah.
But
hey, stay away from Marsha, huh? And then like to like a fucking 15-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. It's not funny anymore. We used to find it funny. And the thing that I would say is like, if you break her heart, I'll break your legs. And that was like legit. And I
Would you
thought
say
that
it
was
for real
just
though, or as a joke?
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
The funny thing is, we only broke their arms though. So we never touched their legs at all.
Sometimes I would just recite
They were
lyrics.
able to like.
I'd recite lyrics just in a very mean way. I'll be like, "Don't break her heart, her achy breaky heart."
I just don't think they'll understand.
They don't think they understand.
Did that
And if you break
work?
their heart,
Did it scare them off?
Yeah, if you say it in a mean tone, it's all about delivery with these
It was
things.
scary because Raph was line dancing while he was saying that shit.
And my face
It was
never
dressed as
changed.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
My face was
break her
serious as fuck.
I'll punch you in
I've,
the face.
Oh man.
I've
It's
tried
easier
that
to
before
land it.
too, but the problem is my little sister dates a lot of Filipino boys who are a bit taller. Like they're usually like half, the half Filo boys are usually a bit taller. But so they date like guys who are like 6'8" and shit. And so I can't really threaten to beat them up. I'm just like, I'll send an email to your mama if you a strongly worded complaint letter to your mom, to tita, if you break her heart.
That's how you would threaten like Filipinos and also Islanders as well.
Yeah.
You tell them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah,
that
big
was
time.
the thing. Like, my parents know your parents from church.
Yeah.
So it's just a thing, right? Like, I heard. So my sister, she's like since high school, like her boyfriend's been like Islander, right? Like she, everyone's got a preference, and obviously they're bigger than me, but soft hearts, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And they told me like when growing up they get beat up, and it's because tough exterior.
Yeah.
Like they really like the parents are like kind of like with the way that my grandma raised me. It was just like you were taught through punishment. Like that was your like that was their way of getting their message through.
Yeah.
And they were able to take it because Jesus Christ, like big Samoan dudes.
Built like brick
Man.
brick shit houses.
Can I ask you something? Is someone next to a train station?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
What the? It's just rumble in the Bronx. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, we edited it out in post, but
No,
I'll leave
that
saying
shit
it.
in, bro.
We don't because it's too difficult, and Nats just needs to move away from Central.
Nah, man, I
London.
just love
Yeah.
Do you
Illmatic
actually
so much,
live
bro.
next to a train station?
Yeah, bro. It's like literally, like right there. Hey, it's coming right now. There it is.
Bro, you are literally home
Illmatic.
along the relays, bro.
Holy shit.
It's right
Oh
there.
man.
Deep cut.
I should probably close my window. Actually,
That's an old reference, man.
Your window's open.
it's hot, bro.
Yeah, I feel like not all the
that's right,
fellows
that's
will
right.
get what that is if you moved away from the Philippines quite early on.
Yeah, better actually.
A little bit.
I was.
That is
man,
much better.
that's a throwback.
Oh
cool.
man.
Yeah, that's
But yeah.
like Dolphy and shit.
Yeah.
Hey man, like as you're speaking about Islanders, yeah. I filmed an Islander birthday party. It's kind of like debuts, but for the 21st and stuff, yeah. Bro, we need to step our game up, bro.
Where?
They had 4 lechons,
Oh,
Oh
full
man.
size
Okay.
lechons, scattered
did they have
everywhere.
Mang Tomas
Yeah.
though?
They didn't have Mang Tomas. I was like, that's what I was telling everyone. Is like, who the fuck is Mang
Minus
Tomas?
points.
Like, yeah.
Who the
But
fuck
I
is
was
Mang
like
Tomas?
going around. The food was all over the place. The plates were like sizes of like friggin' gigantic frisbees.
So
Yeah.
Islander hands, basically.
Islander hand, and each of them were like grabbing like like what a quarter of a rib of a friggin' lechon and putting on the thing. And I did the same, and I was trying to keep up because you gotta impress them, gotta impress the client because they're my clients and stuff. So I was eating it, and then like, man, I couldn't get through it. But there was this one thing that I loved that I discovered, and I was like, this is beautiful. They get taro leaves and they put it in the foil and they put corned beef inside.
Yep.
That's the first time I ever saw that shit, and I was like, bro, this is a game changer, man.
Corned beef is the other thing that we share a passion for with Islanders. Like that's like gifts, man. Like so, whenever like someone's getting married and stuff, right? There's that. It's not dowry, but they're offering up presents to whoever's getting married. Yeah. And there's like stacks, like crates and stuff from Costco, like like the Asian store. That yellow and red brand, which is like the expensive kind.
Yeah, Palm?
I feel dude. I feel bougie when I get that one.
Which one? Which one did you say? Palm.
What brand?
Palm.
Palm. In Australia as well.
Yeah. That's the pricey one, right? Like,
Palm or nothing, eh? All the other ones taste like shit, but that's the one.
That's it. I walked through Woolworths because then I tried their one, the one with the little friggin'. It's not even a rectangle. It's like a trapezoid friggin'.
Throw that in the garbage, bro. That's not corned beef.
That's if the people getting married, you don't like them that much. You give them that shit.
If they get a present wrapped up in a trapezoid, they know they're getting some shit corned beef.
Hey, if you guys, just as a little tip, something that I learned about that is that you can't. So my mum lives in Melbourne, and she tried to get me to bring some palm from here because it was cheaper, because savings. And I learned that it's got enough juice in it for the airport security to turn you away.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bro, they took my fucking cans of corned beef from me.
Oh, bro.
You know what? They let you
but
take it out, though.
Right?
You know, last time I went back, because I live in the UK, last time I went back to Australia, and I went back here, all I brought back was Spam and corned beef. So I've got like cans of
Are you in the UK right now?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a UK train.
Oh shit, you're not Hobble on the Realist, you're fucking platform 9 3/4 out here.
9 3/4
That's how I get home, man. Up on the Hogwarts Express. Yo, Don, I'm coming to the studio. I just gotta catch the Hogwarts Express, bro. Nah, yeah, but like, they like, there's no corned beef here. So you guys talking about corned beef? I'm like, man, I'm so depraved of that shit. Like, my mate from Australia came back recently. He brought me one can. I'm like, well, that's a tease, bro. You might as well not bring it. Because now I'm like looking at this can, and I've already eaten it after a week, and I'm like so sad.
Or was it a shit brand too?
No, it was the good one. It's that. What's that? I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. The rectangle can. It's
Palm, the
dark
red and yellow,
sick,
baby.
Bro. It's so good. They don't have that here. Yeah, it's the other shitty brand.
Yeah, when they took the
do they have Spam there?
They do. It's not as good. I can't tell. You know, the one thing I think is, am I like just used to the food here now, or is it definitely different? I think it's different. The quality, because they got the same brand of Spam, but it's just not the same. I don't know what it is.
Ain't the
I
same.
think we're just conditioned to our tastes, what we like.
You gotta come back to Australia, bro. Just for the corned beef.
Just for the corned beef and the Spam.
By the
way, no, you go.
I was gonna ask, like, you know, when they took your corned beef away at the airport, I was thinking that's gonna be like the weirdest Border Patrol episode. You know, like going through your luggage and shit.
You're in the room.
Hey, you didn't declare this,
bro.
You know how they always
like
they like
bro.
throw to the break before the commercial. They're like, "Will this person get through?" And it's just like
you'll never know what happens.
That's Filipino Border Patrol. It's just like Pandesal.
The dogs are barking and shit.
Yeah, man. Pulveron.
They keep swabbing his like luggage for drugs, and they can't find shit.
But this corned beef,
an ice cream container
going
full
crazy.
of frozen dinagoan, an ice cream container, going through the X-ray.
Oh man,
setting off all the drugs.
And you trying to explain that shit to the people in the border security. Be like, what is this? It's dinagoan. What is it? Like pig's blood? It's like what? Like, you'd be thinking that you're traveling with friggin' some like what you call
sacrifice.
So all we do is we cook the blood.
Yeah, trying to explain that shit to people is just weird.
Just say
I like Twilight.
Or something.
Team Edward.
That's true. They can't question that shit.
It's
like, if you say it's part of my religion.
I drink.
Could you say corned beef is part of your religion then?
That's not true. I tried that shit because they said They still confiscated my weed, even if I said I was Rastafarian.
They took 8 ounces of my heroin from me.
I can't do that. That's my religion. Not fair.
By the way, who am I should probably meet you guys properly. I feel like I just launched straight into it. Who am I speaking to right now?
James has already met me. James, this is Raf.
Hey, I'm Raf.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Christian over here.
Got Garcia.
And Nats is
What up,
the
dude?
gentleman.
What's up?
Nats, I'm gonna call you Harry Potter from now on, man.
Let me get my glasses real quick.
I'm gonna call you Harry Potter, bro. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Oh man.
I'm sorry, man.
I like it, dude.
If you're like if you're trying to like diss someone that's Harry, would you be like, "Oi, Harry Potter," and they'd be like, "Oh, I love that movie."
You were like, man, I just shaved, motherfucker.
Harry Potter is the Filipino porn parody of Harry Potter, bro.
That's hilarious.
And they all got like 1970s pubes, everyone.
And just above the penis is like a lightning mark.
Yeah, that's it.
I was like, holy shit, his dick's got sideburns.
Hey, that's from that movie.
Instead of ones that just use their penis.
It's a goatee. Wingardium, huh?
Sorry, I've only seen the first Harry Potter. My bad.
You don't know the spells, dude.
No man, I don't know the deep.
That's got offended that you don't know the spells.
You don't know the spells.
You can't talk about Harry like that.
They recently had like I think there's a 20-year reunion. Or like I don't remember.
Yeah.
And this is the question that I think a lot of people ask. I don't know if we ask it within our circles, but which of the Harry Potter houses are you?
The green guys, bro.
I don't
The
remember
green
the
guys.
houses.
The green guys?
The green guys?
You're a big fan. You know exactly which one.
green?
The green
Them
guys.
green guys.
This guy just
You hit
this
him
guy
with
just
the
called
green
me out for
guys
not
and
knowing
then
the spells.
Hit a X, fucking X
It was
men.
an X. Green guys. Off the green guys. X. The chronic? I don't know. What?
Oh man.
Which house are you?
Wait, can we change the camera? I mean, like, we have a camera, right? We don't see either of you. It's like Rap and Don's
Hello.
Are you serious?
It's just the sides of
I
us.
don't know,
Oh, damn.
James.
There you go.
Okay, we see
Oh,
Rap
dude.
at least. We see one guy.
Yeah, just say
There
rap.
you go.
As reference.
I'm like,
the
what is this?
well-dressed
The
one.
Invisible
That's
Man?
Hey, where's your set, bro? Like, is this whose house? Is this a house?
This is just a random street corner
Like
in
a-
Mount Druitt in
We
Sydney.
film
Is that,
right in
are
the
you fucking
hood.
with me right now? Is that for real?
No,
technically do film
just
in the
wanna-
hood.
Now, this is one of the backdrops. You know how you can change the backdrop? This is one of the backdrops. I got
Is
it
it
from
the
like,
Zoom? It's a Zoom
Apple.
backdrop.
Yeah, it's a Zoom backdrop, bro. you could tell. You could tell I got ripped off. What Zoom backdrop is this? All this fucking tagging.
We're here at the at a studio called Open Studio in Glendenning. It's a suburb in Australia.
Hey,
sick.
shout out to this open.
Bro, you been to Sydney before, James?
I have been to Sydney. I love Sydney. I did the Sydney Comedy Fest in 2019. So
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
before the
Yeah,
novel
before COVID.
coronavirus.
You're from, wait, you're originally,
Rona.
were you born, grew up in New Zealand?
Nah, I was born in the Philippines, but I moved here when I was
dope,
8.
man.
So
Cool.
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Dude.
What about you guys? Are you guys Aussie born or do you migrate? Or?
Buddy. I was born here. I think
born.
the guys were born in Phils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was born in the Philippines and
Yeah, they're old enough to migrate. They're the ones that migrated. That's
yeah.
how old they are.
They were
I just
old.
realized how old these guys were. Like,
Rap's
like 2
saying they're
episodes
old
ago.
as fuck, so they migrated. They came on a boat.
It's
How much older are the two of them?
I met them when I met them.
Don.
They're wearing barongs for some reason. I was like, now it makes sense.
They old as fuck.
oh man, the running joke in the podcast
Now, I'm old enough to understand the Home Along the Realist reference.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I
Yeah.
can't believe you caught that reference, bro.
Oh man, that was funny. Like funny you mentioned that because Dolphy is like my Lolo's like friend, and when they went to school, like they were mates back in the day.
Of course he is. That's the most
It's
Filipino
always the
shit.
thing, right? Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
someone knows someone that was on TV.
Yeah.
somewhere.
is. What do they call it? They're batchmates.
No, this was like it was his homies. Like, you know, when one of them would get into a fight, the other one would back him up. He was like tight with him. That was like, that was his mate back in the day.
They'd be smash the Red Horse bottle, use it for a fucking.
Red Horse was around, right? Maybe Sandmig, maybe, but
yeah,
that was the thing, right?
Damn.
Yeah.
Would you guys, if I called to fight, if I was in a fight, would you guys come running?
This guy always talks about
Fuck
fighting.
no, you can fight them yourself, man.
You know what? I do have I have some guilt
I think you got a
from the
fighting
past
problem, bro.
that makes me want to back
There's a
you up.
magpie that just walked there.
Nats
He wanted
has
to fight a
fucking
magpie.
spells ready to go, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm ready. Like, I'm just like,
He's warned at the ready.
He's got he knows the spells, but the spells he doesn't know the house he wants to be in.
yeah, bro. I know the house. It's
The green guys.
fam, bro. The green guys, fam.
The green man.
Harry Potter and the
Harry
Gringos.
Potter's in the house.
That's a wild
That's the
porn,
fucking
man.
Generation X from wrestling, bro.
Harry Potter and the deathly Hallows.
Oh man, Harry Potter and the prisoner of Almusal. That one didn't hit as well.
We'll work on that one.
We'll
Workshop.
I'd fight for you, man. I'd fly over there and I'd
Thanks,
I'd
James.
scrap the
Same, bro.
I'd scrap the Mount Druid people for you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate
Imagine
that.
that, like, yo, I'm gonna get a Kiwi flying here. Everyone's gonna expect like this big islander dude. It's just another Filipino. Alright, go fight.
Don't call me up. It's like,
This
I
motherfucker
need
with a
you,
Pikachu
man.
hat turns up.
I'm ready.
James Roque, I choose you.
I love that.
James chose run.
Super effective.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man.
Hey.
Who are you
Don't
fighting?
call me
though,
up.
anyway?
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
what do you reckon? What's growing up in Australia Filipino like? Because look, I'm gonna be upfront with you. Here's what I know about Australia from a New Zealand perspective. Racist as fuck. No, but that's one of them.
Hey.
But I know that there are areas in Aussie, not necessarily probably the cities. The cities are probably pretty multicultural, but like, you know, if you go to small town Australia, shit can get pretty fucking hairy for browns. You know what I'm saying? What's growing up there like?
Oh, we never grew up out in the sticks, man. Like, we stay in the multicultural area for that
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
But I don't know, I've met friends and like people that I've worked with that come from like the sticks, and
Sorry, Christian, hold that thought. The Hogwarts Express is
Sorry,
just passing by.
Alright, it's out.
the Dementors are about.
Hogwarts Express sounds like a great
So
Filipino
good.
dish.
No, like, answer your
Sounds-
question though. I
sounds a bit
actually
cool.
grew up in the more so I didn't grow up in the Filipino area. So where the guys are, where we usually hang out, and most of my friends now that I've met are from there. But where I grew up, I was the only Filipino in my school actually. So most of my mates were like Aussies and Chinese. So like, you naturally, what's the next race that you kind of can relate to a bit more? So I was hanging around with a lot of Chinese people. Couldn't really relate. They'd all speak Chinese, and I'd just be like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I was like, for like my whole time at high school, I kind of was just in this weird spot. But I don't know. I didn't really feel it, but you'd see it in the news. But you did always feel kind of a bit like, shit, man, where do I sit kind of thing. You feel a bit misplaced. Like, yeah, it's hard to find your tribe, which is probably why most of my best friends still all like became like people that lived like 2 hours out from where I lived. Later
Yeah, because
on.
you literally traveled because you're like, there's Pinoy's here, so I'm gonna hang out there.
Somewhat, yeah, pretty much.
Damn.
And then the music thing, like, well, I met Raph through music, and that was all through the internet, and then that sort of opened the gates, and then I started meeting his friends, and we just started, a lot of the Philos obviously all lived in a certain area, so I just gravitated towards there. After high school, it was just, you know, you get a car, and like, you can go anywhere now. I'd find myself hanging out more in the West.
Yeah.
Too. But I never really felt that direct racism where, like, you know, you just felt like you were just different. But my mates that were in high school that were Aussies, they were nice. It was just weird. It was just different. You couldn't really, I don't know. I can't pin it. You were there, but you didn't feel like you were quite part of it, if that makes sense. I don't know.
That makes 100% sense.
Does it? Yeah. Exactly it.
Sorry, I brought the mood down. Putang ina.
Trauma.
I came into this fucking Zoom. Everyone was laughing, cheering, and then here I come. Hey, did you experience racism growing up?
You're like that Tito that just turns up into the party and just brings the deep conversation in. Like everyone's just talking about dick jokes.
Remember, like, I don't know if this was like a high school thing or younger, and then like there'd always be that group or that one guy's like, hey, let's go outside, guys, let's have D&Ms, and everyone just be like in a circle, like D&Ming. And it's like, what the fuck?
Oh, bro,
there's like,
I try to stay
there's
away from that
music, there's like all this cool shit happening. And I was like, yeah.
Wait, who wants to go outside and have D&Ms with you and like at a party?
It's only guys who are trying to fuck, right?
Well, that's weird
Be
because
honest,
some guys
bro.
do it to
You
other
wanted
guys.
the
So.
D&M so you can get in someone's pants, right?
Yeah, that was the point. That was the point.
Nah,
You
man,
get to
fuck
go
that. I
outside.
D&M to spill my heart.
Oh man!
You're one of a kind, man. You are.
You know?
Wait, you've never heard, like, seen the memo from Toxic Masculinity? You're not allowed to talk about your feelings, James.
Yeah, James, you can't talk
to
about
bottle
Oh, yeah,
it.
that
sorry.
in,
I
man.
suppress that shit all the way down.
Yeah,
And then I say,
and then explode
Don't
out of the blue.
real guy,
Hey, James,
bro.
James, I saw one of your TikToks. It was one of them.
What'd you say? Oh, shit.
Yeah,
What did you say?
You're talking about your Filipino name.
Oh, yeah. What's
Like,
up?
what's your full Filipino name
Oh, the
again?
Netflix intro.
Everyone has, you know, you guys know this. I want to ask you what your one is, but every Filipino person has their name and then their Filipino name, right? So my name
Right.
is James, but everyone in my family and all my friends call me Badong.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Badong.
Badong. And yeah, everyone I tell that to now, they're like, oh, it sounds like the Netflix sound. And then
Yeah.
Badong.
I like how you flip that shit on your TikTok too, because you're like getting serious, and then someone turns Netflix on, you go, huh?
Fucking. I swear, like, every time I introduce myself, I'm like, hello, I'm Badong. And then Orange is the New Black just starts playing somewhere.
Oh man.
How about you? Do you
Do you
guys
guys-
have a Filipino
Yeah, do you
name?
guys have one?
Mine was just my initials. They called me DA.
DA. Oh,
DA.
that's
DA.
Yeah.
Damn.
Or
This
You
is
sound
like
like
the
a
way that
cop.
my
Defense Authority.
The DA.
the way that my Lola would pronounce it is GE.
GE.
Hey GE, come over here. I'm like, what? Okay, yeah. I guess my name is GE now. General Electric.
G money.
My one was Bogart.
Bogart.
And then it got shortened to Boggs.
Bugs, yeah,
Bogs.
He had like Humphrey Bogart. My uncle was doing that shit. Like he started nicknaming me Bogart,
Why Humphrey
which was
Bogart?
like I think. Fuck, I to be honest,
Wasn't it because he thought
I
you
was
looked,
one at the time?
you
man.
look you look like Humphrey Bogart or something like that?
I don't know. I think it was just like that was the popular dude that was kicking around at the time.
Yeah.
It's
Bro,
kind of like showing my age right now.
My parents did that shit as well. Like a Badong, no connection. I don't
Badong?
look like anyone. Apparently, it's only because there was a character in a movie called Badong, and he was really popular. And I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
that's fucking wild. That's like if I had kids, right? And I was like, hey, everyone, this is my son, Captain America. Like, what the fuck?
Cap. You'll be Cap.
Hey, Cat.
Yeah, this is
Cap.
my
And his
sister.
real name's
His sister Shrek.
Andrew.
It's crazy how that happens, eh?
I was gonna say, Badong doesn't really stem. So we've got a cousin named Ivan, and his name is Banong. Like his Filipino nickname is Banong.
Yeah.
But James and Badong doesn't like. There's no connection.
No,
So,
not at all.
I was gonna say like maybe your parents were like psychic or like they could see the future and they were like, yeah, there's gonna be this streaming platform called Netflix.
Yeah,
and their
probably.
sound is gonna be this.
Ain't gonna be that.
But I
It's
looked
gonna
it
be
up.
so
Apparently,
popular.
Badong means rich man.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Nice.
This is
That's
this is like west, like up north in Sydney, Richmond. Shut
Richmond. Oh, gosh.
Dude.
Bam, bam.
Took me a second.
That was a
Like,
regional
wow.
joke there.
You have to be in Sydney for that one.
He pulled that joke while we've got a guest from another country.
It was Richmond. Oh,
One
yeah,
way
Richmond.
to completely not hit.
I love how your excuse is like, I know why I didn't get it because I don't know where Richmond is, but you guys left them fucking hanging as well. You guys know where it is.
This guy's left me dry.
I mean, it took me a while to.
I mean, it didn't.
Where is he getting at?
My jokes are just on another another level, ahead of its time. That's when you cover up some bullshit.
Oh,
So did you,
man.
Raf and Nats, did you guys have nicknames, like Filipino names?
Nah, dude. No, we didn't. My dad's boy, but it has nothing to do with his name. But there's always
course.
a Tito
Is your
boy,
dad the Tito boy?
baby. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But it makes me think, right? I think like the names, it's like getting extinct. Maybe we need to like start bringing these names back.
Yeah, I was about to think the same thing, because like when parents choose a name, they usually choose like a Christian name, right? James, Christian,
Jacob,
Nathan,
Jesus.
Don.
Nathan was the 14th disciple, I think.
And
Yes.
I think we could try and turn this thing around and make these filler names into saints.
What
Can I call my son
Badong?
Magdalene?
Saint Badong would be ill, bro.
Oh, bro, that'd be mad.
the patron saint of Netflix.
Because this is where Filipinos want to choose the names, because like they give them the Christian name because they kind of like want to keep it religious, but then they give them the name that they really want to give them. So why don't we just make the name that they want to give them a Christian name? So we could have like Saint Badong as one, Saint Boy another
Saint
one.
Bogart.
Let's make up saints, bro.
No, we don't have to make it up.
Wait, what qualifies as a saint?
I researched it, how you can become a saint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You have to have evidence of miracles. You have to have.
This is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Does it have to be an evidence of miracles? I looked it up, and you have to do a really good deed to help humanity. So James, if you want Badong to be a saint, if you want to be Saint Badong, so for a future Badong,
he brings the message, the broadcast.
you gotta.
Worldwide.
My miracle is I'll take 1 can of corned beef and I'll feed 500 people.
Just
Come to the
one
UK
strand
and-
each, bro.
Bring some spam.
Oh no.
I think you taking corned beef through the airport and taking it to another country will be enough of a miracle.
That's a miracle in itself.
Sweet, I'm working on that right now.
That's
I'm
fucked up. James is going to the field, right? He's bringing a bunch of corned beef to feed the 500 people, and then they take that shit away from him at the airport.
Imagine if that shit was like.
I'm trying to help
Imagine if
the
that's
people.
what the story was in the Bible when Jesus fed the people with the fish and the bread and stuff. He had like a can of corned beef and he stretched it out and fed 500 people. But he didn't perform a miracle. He just like put a little bit of corned beef and heaps of rice.
A bunch of rice, yeah.
And that was
fucking
verse
hell.
3 in the book of Badong.
He's got a can opener instead of a fishing rod, and everyone's trying to get in.
Oh, man.
It's like witness a miracle. Conk.
That's the only way to eat corned beef, though. Is like your ulam to rice ratio has to be fucked up. It has to be 1 ulam to 100 rice.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
That's the struggle meal. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a step over, like putting patis over your rice when you got no ulam.
Or just salt.
Oh,
Yeah,
struggle
salt,
meal.
yeah.
Man.
Shit, that's
I used to like that. I used to enjoy eating.
Yeah, I like alamang with rice, bro.
What's alamang?
Alamang's.
Is that right?
I can't remember that.
It's like
oh
bagong.
shit! Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
with the sour mango, right? I think that's what they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
This is a weird thing. Like, I don't know if you guys tried it. Coffee with rice.
What?
I used to get my Lola's coffee, like the thing that she's got, like left over, and I'll pour that on the rice.
God.
You ever done that shit?
Is that
You're living-
is that
you're
just
living
a
some hard
mocha,
times,
mocha
bro.
champorado?
It pretty much is like a champorado. Like,
Mocha.
it's and it's kind of messed up because there's no milk in Philippines, right? It's all the powdered stuff.
Yeah.
The thing that I was trying to do was trying to recreate the food that I would see as commercials, like in cartoons or like American food. So like cereals, for example,
Yeah.
we didn't have bottled milk and stuff in Phil's, so I would find the condensed milk, the really strong sugary shit,
Oofed.
and I
Yeah.
would mix that with water and then put that on my cereal. You ever tried that shit? And it doesn't taste anything like what it should. Like it was rough, man. Like I was eating that shit with a fork just to make it last.
That whole bowl just sounds like diabetes, man. Just sounds
It
like
is.
Yeah, that
diabetes and
sounds.
stuff.
That sounds.
Oh, but it wasn't
Dated.
sweet at all. Like in the end, because you only put like a little bit of the milk, but the rest of it is just water. It's like just watery, like cereal.
Damn.
It was. Yeah.
You're really selling this, man.
I'm like, yeah,
I want to try it right now.
We're like, man, that must be really sweet. He's like, nah, it's not sweet at all. It's just like water.
Water and oats, bro.
This is like a therapy session, bro. We're just going through our traumas.
Yeah, man.
When we didn't have money. We didn't have money.
I just wanted to feel.
You know
like
the
a part
rice
of them.
thing? Like I used to get the ulam and then cover the plate with rice.
Yeah.
And then I'd flatten it. And then I'd make pizza slices out of it.
Whoa.
Oh, that's
And then I put the
so
ulam
lovely.
on top of
Damn,
it.
you guys
And then you
struggle.
eat
Like,
it slice by
Then
slice.
I'd eat it slice by slice with the fork.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to do that shit when I was a kid because like, I love
Wait,
pizza.
was that
so I would
from
turn
for
anything into-
survival, or you just wanted to make a pizza?
No, no, it was just fun, bro. I was just,
Okay.
I was just playing for playing with food, bro.
I was like, damn, man. I'm like,
No
I
one
didn't know
knows
you
this,
struggled
but-
that much. I was like, it's for fun. That's all right then.
Oh, man.
Nah, Don was just opening a fusion restaurant as a kid.
That's it, bro. Like, imagine that, like pizza adobo, you know, with instead of crust and like dough and stuff, it's just rice.
Strike it rice.
It's just normal food. It's just delivered. It just plated
You just
differently.
just flatten the rice and put KFC chicken
Oh, bro,
skin
hell yeah.
on top of it. Ooh.
So
Ooh,
good.
oh, like a
Oh.
taco. Instead of a taco, use KFC skin.
Oh.
Ask you a
Oh,
question.
man.
Oh, Jesus.
Would you rather have if you had to cut out one thing from your life, you can never have it again? KFC chicken skin or lechon skin?
Oh,
I,
that's
I
difficult.
have KFC more though, so I'd take one for the team, and I'd have to
Yeah,
cut
the lechon.
I can't have
skin,
lechon every
reckon
day.
I could
I'd like
do
fucking
without.
die.
Oh yeah, he'd probably die in like yeah.
Oh, either one is gonna kill you. But
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
but yeah, I think yeah.
I'm used to not having lechon skin.
Yeah.
Like I'll have chicken more often, right?
Yeah.
Oh, lechon skin's so good. You'd like use that as a spoon to eat your rice and stuff.
I mean, every time you see
Oh,
lechon skin,
man.
you'd be
So good,
crying.
You're
eh?
making this harder for me.
It's very difficult.
I think I would go with chicken only because I know that if I had lechon skin all the time, that's a one-way ticket to Gout Central, man. That's what
Yeah,
that is.
that's
Gout
Gout
City.
City.
Oof.
I'm already in that city, man. So
Oh yeah, have you had
I'll see
another
you guys there.
Have you had another gout flare up?
No. Like
Manageable?
I'm in that pool of, you know, the gout community. So
I thought I had
just
gout
waiting.
gout
I'm just
community,
waiting
like-
for you guys to get there, man.
I thought I had gout the other day, like the other
Yeah.
week. But I found out it's just one of my bones in my foot is broken. But then then when the doctor told me that, I was
Lucky.
like, whew, thank God I don't have gout.
Yeah, you dodged the bullet, bro.
Dodged it.
I was saying to Garcia, I'm like, oh man, because I had a big weekend of drinking, and then like, oh, I don't know if my foot hurts because of the gout or all the kicking that I've been doing.
Yeah.
And Garcia's like, bro, just quit kicking. That's all you need
Yeah,
to do.
stop kicking shit, man. Like, try that first before you change your diet.
What were you
Like,
kicking?
Just like kicking the punching
He
bag.
just-
Oh,
he
okay.
just
I thought
fired.
you said you had a big weekend. I thought you meant as in like you were getting drunk and shit.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I heard. Too.
Yeah. I was like, what are you kicking?
In my head, you're like
I don't
kicking rubbish
remember.
bins in town, bro. You're going clubbing and then you're like kicking all the rubbish bins out on the street.
hang on.
That's
Oh,
a
wait,
big
do I have to
weekend.
press the thing?
How do you know if you got gout?
Yeah, actually, I want to.
What's the
Um,
symptoms?
Is it just like grinding in your joints? Is that mainly the thing?
Yeah, your joints.
Yeah.
It's the joints
I
that
don't
get
think
like
I've ever felt
swollen.
today. I mean, like I'm waiting. I know it'll happen.
It's
soon.
not even. It's not even like an on and off switch, man. Like it builds up, it ramps up, and then
What's the
when it
what's
goes
the
away,
first?
it's the same
What's the
thing.
first sort of like? You know,
It feels
the
like
first
you're
sign?
not there
it kinda
yet, but you know
feels
it's
like-
coming.
It feels like you've got a sprained ankle, but instead of just being your ankle, it could be like on your toe, like your knuckles and stuff, or on the
It's like
heel.
swollen.
Gotcha. I think I do know what that
it ends up
feels like.
swelling as well. But like the days when it's leading up to it, it's like fuck. I don't remember rolling my ankle or anything, but it kind of feels like
Yeah.
I pulled something or
When you move the
know?
joint, it goes psst, just to let you know that you got
Yeah.
something down there.
It goes, "Psst, you have gout.
cancel your plans this week, dickhead.
what a sign.
You fucked up.
My gut cannot.
My ankle's like, happy 30th birthday. He just knows, man. Yeah.
It's that lechon you ate the other day.
Hey, do you know what my favorite thing that reminds me of? So I got my dad an Alexa. For Christmas last year, and whenever you know how you go, hey Alexa, like play some music and shit. Whenever he does that, he goes right up to it, and it's like here, and he goes like, "Psst, Alexa."
Shut up.
Fucking telling me the secret.
shit, right?
Alexa, play Michael Bublé Christmas.
That's the thing. They had to do that with Apple, like with iPhones that were sold in fills. Because instead of saying "Hey Siri," it's "Hoi Siri."
Oh, really?
Is it really?
Oh, really?
Nah, fuck.
What a guy. I wouldn't
You
believe
said
you.
that. You said that. Yeah, you said that so electric.
What a guy. I don't believe you. For real?
These guys are like, really?
Oh man.
That sounds just fucking crazy enough for the Philippines to actually do.
Yeah.
Hard.
They
You
would have
you
their
reckon the
series.
Alexa,
Oh, sorry. They would have them programmed to understand Tagalog, though, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They would.
Yeah, they
right? Okay, sick.
you reckon all the Siris in Alexa in the Philippines, they chismiss each other? 'Cause they hear a lot of bullshit. They will be hearing a lot of bullshit in the households.
It's,
Yeah, they know all your secrets.
They all know your secrets.
Everyone's
Do you
named
wake
Alexa,
up and it just Siri just goes, Psst, alam mo? It's like, did you know? Starts talking shit about
Buntis na naman.
alam mo? Si
Oh
ano?
my gosh.
What a
Bagong
guy.
boyfriend, your neighbor.
Bagong boyfriend, your
Jesus
neighbor. I was like, oh, hello. Thank you,
man.
Siri.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's the
Today in
chismis
Sydney,
today?
it's 28 degrees, and your neighbor Ethan has a new girlfriend.
So you get a notification.
Oh man.
Unnecessary info.
and she'll be there every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Instead of the week daily forecast, it's just the scheduled time for the girlfriends and shit.
Oh man.
I definitely think like Filipino Siri would be like
The best.
if you're like, hey Siri, can you give me some directions for this place? It would be like, "Bah, hindi mo alam." You should know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my Siri went off.
It just like starts lecturing you. Ang tanda mo na.
Yeah, ang tanda mo na, you don't know how to drive yet there, huh?
Always podcasting, always doing this, that,
Always joking, huh?
Always
Oh my
texting.
but
god.
don't know directions.
Siri,
the
play
school.
Drake. Drake again. Drake every day. Drake.
It just starts
Drake.
lecturing you like a
I
wild
know.
bro.
Like, can I get a recipe for what lumpia? It's like, oh, you're always eating lumpia. You're getting kind of fat.
It's kind of fucked up, man. How do you get
Yeah,
to
it's
this?
like, hey Siri, can you
thing?
give me a recipe for adobo? Oh, sige, if you want. Your funeral.
Why is Siri's passive aggressive as fuck?
Bahala ka sa buhay mo.
Hey Siri, can you give me some job listings for accountant? Oh, accountant lang? Yung kaibigan ko, ano?
Oh no!
Oh man.
Instead of the job description, they just give you the salary straight up, and they just ask you, "Are you sure?"
Oh man. I wanted to
Are
ask
you sure? This one only has 5 children in the contract.
I wanted to ask you that question, but that leads on from the fun facts trivia. Do we want to jump into the fun facts trivia?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what are your segments, man? Hit me with your segments. What do you guys normally do?
Oh, we already had a wild thought, but now we have the fun facts.
Yeah,
with Don. With the wild thought, it's usually something wild that Garcia comes up with every single week.
It's like a bit, and then we just talk about it, and then
Love it.
we make fun of it, and then fun facts because I don't know how it came about. I think it's because I randomly say
No,
random
we know
fun
why.
facts.
It's
As if
because
he
you have a
doesn't
lot of
know how it
facts.
comes about.
It's
This
'cause
guy has
that's
a
your
fun fact like
conversation
3
starter.
times a day. Builds up
Do you
the
have all the
conversation.
knowledge? Do you hold all the knowledge, Don? Is it an age thing? Is it because you're 45?
Yes, that's exactly why it is.
Yeah.
It is.
If we were Power Rangers, he's the Blue Ranger.
I'm 40.
sure.
I'm 44. I'm 44 and a half. No. So this is the fun facts trivia. Basically, it's just questions that I ask
Yeah.
you guys. Are you gonna do that? You're gonna
Yeah,
do the jingle.
I need to do a jingle.
With a team, we're a
for it.
team as well.
Here we go.
Fun facts.
Oh,
Fun facts with Don, and he will give us questions.
This is a true song.
I love it when he gives me fun facts. That's useless.
He's going rogue.
yeah.
That's no way.
Can
ever,
you
man.
give me some fun facts? No, sorry, that's it. You go do your shit.
Beautiful.
Freestyle.
It's really just an excuse for Raf to sing on the to karaoke on the thing.
There was one episode where we actually did karaoke on our Patreon. So shout outs if you want to go to our Patreon and watch me sing a full song in karaoke.
Yeah.
You just have to, subscribe to our
Subscribe
Patreon.
to our Patreon.
Just once.
Just once. All right, so here's the fun facts trivia. I usually have a theme. Previously, our themes were along the lines of music, hip hop, all that stuff. Because of our esteemed guest.
Hey, should we have
questions
teams
today-
this time since it's 4, or should we all just be one team again? Let's just be one
No.
team.
So the thing is just like discuss it and then choose an answer as a
as a team, yeah.
as a team, yeah.
You didn't say the theme. You just left everyone hanging.
Because I got interrupted by Harry Potter over there.
Very puta.
So the
That's what I
theme
do.
is because of our esteemed guest, comedians.
Hey,
Right.
Not pandering at all.
No.
What was that?
All right, so question one.
Sorry.
Question one. Which of these famous comedians was the first African American to host Saturday Night Live in 1975?
Richard Pryor.
Eddie.
Is it?
I'll give you the
Richard Pryor, right?
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy,
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor, or Red Fox. Which of those three is the answer?
No, I think
Discuss.
Richard Pryor.
Isn't Red Fox a drink?
Who the fuck's Red
It's either
Fox?
Pryor.
Or
It's
Red,
either Pryor or
Red
Murphy.
Fox was
I don't
like
think
in
it's the third.
thing, right? In the 80s.
I only know Murphy.
What year? Hit me with a year.
75.
1975.
I don't
it'll be Pryor for
I
sure.
think that's Richard Pryor.
Yeah, because Murphy was cast member after that.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
And I
shit.
think 84 was when Eddie Murphy was on SNL, right?
Yeah.
So the correct
He's
answer
cast-
is Richard Pryor.
Yeah, and then
Hey.
they're all African American, right?
And he was
That's one of
prior to Eddie Murphy.
You're gonna take that from
I knew that was coming.
The fun fact of this is that NBC execs didn't want him to be on the network because Richard Pryor was quite a foul mouth comedian.
Oh.
And apparently for his episode,
Cowards.
they-
Cowards.
Yeah. For his episode, they used a 5-second delay to go to air, so that
Oh,
they could
really?
censor anything
Oh, my
offensive that he'd
gosh.
say. What he said was, if he had known, then he wouldn't have done the show
Yeah.
because he just wanted to
Dang.
say whatever the fuck he wanted.
Which is his job.
R.I.P. the GOAT.
Yeah, man.
Question 2. Which of these famous comedians starred as an alien in a famous sitcom in the late 70s and early 80s?
Oh, yep.
Is it John Candy,
Nope.
Robin Williams,
Yep.
or Rodney Dangerfield?
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Mork.
The correct
Mork and
answer
Mindy,
is...
baby.
Yeah, that's right. The correct answer is Robin Williams. Fun fact, John Candy did play an alien in a movie in 1987 called Spaceballs.
Oh, right.
Spaceballs.
He sure did.
Critically acclaimed. No, Rodney Dangerfield also starred in a beer commercial in the 80s where clones of himself were invading the Earth. It was like a Miller Lite commercial. Anyway, but the show Mork and Mindy was actually a spin-off from Happy Days.
Oh, right. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to make a TV show where it's a guy that dresses up as a nanny and an old lady, but she can't walk, and I want to call it Mrs. Goutfire.
Oh, shit.
I like that a lot.
Hello.
Face full of lechon.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, hello.
Mrs.
That's
Goutfire.
the gout saying
That's
hello
so
to you.
Oh, no.
And she's a bitch. She makes everyone do
That's the gout
everything.
talking.
The gout says, "Oh, hello." Like, oh fuck, Mrs. Goutfire's here again.
oh,
It's
man.
funny, man.
Okay, question 3. American sitcom Friends is said to be inspired by a sitcom which was led by an all African American cast.
Ooh.
What was the name of this TV show?
Of course it is.
Was it Living Single, Friends,
Friend.
or A Bunch of Mates Having a Laugh?
Living
What's the third
single.
a bunch of mates having a laugh.
That's when you know Don couldn't think of an answer.
Living single.
Yeah, you just ran out of shit. What time did you write this at like midnight last night?
What the fuck is
You know when
this?
you're like just rushing your homework? You're like, oh, I don't know, 4 plus 4, 1. I'm going to sleep.
It's not even.
A bunch of mates having a laugh. Bro, the guy who runs Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is somewhere choking on his fucking dinner right now because of that.
You got lazy as fuck.
Oh, man.
He ran out of steam.
Right at the end
Until
as
that was
well.
rushed.
Putting me on blast there, guys. So
I'm thinking living single.
Yeah.
Obviously.
No choice, right?
Bro, the second one was the same
let's go
title
for-
as
Like
Friends.
friends or friends inspired by
They
itself.
just straight up stole
That wasn't
shit.
even cover.
Same
You ran out
title.
of steam on the second one.
All right, let's go for C, just for kicks,
Ah,
just to make it interesting.
all right. Yeah.
The correct answer is Living Single.
Oh, wow.
So Queen Latifah, who starred in the TV show, has said in interviews that Living Single was the launching point for Friends. It was actually first released in August '93, and Friends was released in September '94.
Fuck, that's cooked, man. Why people always gotta do that shit to black people in America?
Yeah.
Like they take their music, their TV shows and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, man.
That's
Oh, man.
Elvis did that shit. That's cooked.
Yeah.
I really want to watch a bunch of mates having a laugh. I really do want to watch that.
Is that just us?
That is also a typical way. Like only Australians and like probably in New Zealand they say having a laugh. I don't think anywhere else. I don't think in America they say having a laugh.
say
Do
that
they?
shit,
You're just having
In
a
the UK,
laugh.
you're having a laugh.
Having a laugh.
A bunch of mates having a laugh is hilarious, bro.
All right. Question.
Bunch of mates by the fire having a laugh and corned beef.
Question 4. Which of these is the real name of the famous Filipino American comedian Joe Coy? Which is his real name?
Oh, it's easy. I know
Is
this.
it Joseph Glenn Herbert? Is it Joe Bart Rosario Mendoza? Or is it Joseph Gordon Levitt Reyes?
It's the first one, I think.
Ran out of steam again.
This guy.
It's the first one.
And
Herbert, I think, is his last name, yeah.
Yeah, it's the first one, bro.
I wish you were my teacher when I was like in high school, bro. You would have made things much more easier, bro.
All the multiple fucking answers, like,
Or is his real name Eddie Murphy?
What's the square root of 4? Is it C? Having a bunch of mates having a laugh. I choose that one.
Or is it Godzilla? I wonder what it is. Yes, that's correct. His real name is Joseph
It's
Glenn
A,
Herbert.
yeah.
Yeah, it's A.
A.
He said, I think in his last special, he said that his name was actually, his stage name is a misinterpretation of something his tita was saying to him.
yeah.
So his tita would call him Joe Ko, as
Yeah.
in which my Joe. And he thought
Yeah,
he
I
was
remember
Joe
that.
Coy.
That was
So
in the
that's why he
special,
came up
wasn't
with
it?
his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
his last special.
Nice
Yeah, yeah.
one, nice.
Final question. Question number 5. Which of these following famous comedians from the AU or New Zealand studied to be a lawyer?
Ronnie
Is it Carl Barron, Cal Wilson, or Rebel Wilson?
Rebel. She went to University of Melbourne for that shit.
Wow, you're
Yeah,
a big
I
fan.
think it was
Yeah.
Rebel.
And same with Ronnie.
Ronnie Chang.
Yeah, I think it was Rebel.
The correct answer is yes, correct. Rebel Wilson.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad
She
you're on my
studied law.
team.
Bro, she's got a fucking law degree to fall back on.
Yeah,
That's, man,
That's like,
crazy.
And the bonus fun fact was yes, of course, Ronnie Chang was the comedian that he's from Australia. He studied the Bachelor of Law and Finance.
No.
And he even got the fun fact right.
Yeah.
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 I studied, guys.
Hey, you're out here. Do you study for this?
I
There was-
studied with Rebel Wilson.
There were 2 questions that I wanted to ask you, James, off the back of that stuff. Like,
Yeah, bro. Ask away.
so I did a gig on Friday, and somebody came up to me. He's like, "You're the next Jokoi, huh?"
Yeah,
like,
gosh.
coming to gig, and I was like, "That's like," I was like, "Yeah." You kind of just have to laugh it off.
Yeah.
And even when I was doing boxing, people are like, "Oh, the next Pacquiao, huh?"
Yeah.
Do you get
Yeah.
that sometimes, man? Like, because you've been a
Bro,
comedian longer.
I get that shit on TikTok all the fucking time. Anytime I talk about how Filipinos are nurses, they're like, "Oh, you stole that shit." I'm like, "What the fuck? Johoy didn't invent Filipino nurses, bro."
Oh, dude.
Like,
It's
I'm like, I understand that both of our parents probably said the same shit to us, which is you should be a nurse. But I'm like, I don't know. I think people just go, this is the most famous one, so you must be trying to be like that
This
one.
is
But
Genesis.
they don't understand
Yeah.
that there's like so many different ways to be like that, you know? There's so many ways to be like, if you actually listen to my stand-up, I'm way more political than Johoy is. Like, Johoy doesn't really touch anything to do with race or like racism or social issues and shit, which is great because it's like he's an entertainer, but I don't know. I get it all the time. It fucking sucks. I hate it. But weirdly, they come up to me after comedy and they go, "You're the next Manny Pacquiao." And I'm like, "What the fuck? What? Are you watching what I'm doing?"
You should have punched them, bro. See, I'm not.
It'd be even funnier if you had like you're having like political hot takes in your comedy, and someone goes, "Oh, the next Duterte." Huh?
Oh fuck.
And I'm like, I was just doing jokes. Fuck. Shit.
They probably called you the next Manny Pacquiao because of your punchlines.
Fire.
There we go.
They call me the
I'm not
next
sure
Manny
about that
Pacquiao 'cause
reaction.
every punchline. They call me the next Manny because every punchline in my set was I punch hard and I thank God.
You end up with a karaoke thing.
Do you ever get
Sometimes when we touch.
Do you ever get comments where they say, if you were Joe Coy, I'd find that joke funny?
Oh, bro.
We got that comment on one of our TikToks.
Oh, really?
I was like, what the hell?
I think it's wild to me because I'm like, no one else. It only happens because there's only one real famous one of us, like doing stand up. That doesn't happen to like other, like white people don't get that shit. You know, white comedians don't get compared to the most famous white comedians because there's like 100,000 of them. So it only happens because No, I definitely I've had that, but I've just learned to just shrug it off. And I know it's only gonna get worse because like if I'm trying to sell a special right now, and if that gets bought and that reaches a big Filipino, like if that reaches subtle Filipino traits, bro, like everyone's gonna be like, this fucking Johoy wannabe, who the fuck is this?
You know what? That's a good
just
parallel
have to be okay with
that you brought up. I think that happens a lot when there's like a thing, right? But there's not many of that race, so it happens with thing. So I think like, you know, when Eminem broke out in the scene, he was like every white rapper would have struggled. That's how I see it. Or the next, like, you know, if you're a black golfer and, you know, I'm trying to be Tiger Woods.
That's usually drops Eminem's name every single podcast.
Yeah.
That was a good.
Are you a big Eminem fan?
Well, I am, but like, it's getting like.
Yes, he has a toxic relationship with Eminem.
Where I kind of, I kind of dislike everything he does, and then I'm just like, so I'm becoming a mad stan. So I'm at that point in my stan career where I'm just like hating on everything he does now.
Oh, his new shit's trash.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
The first 3 albums.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, the first 3 albums is where it's at.
And then it stops there and it drops. It's like the graph just goes pew, and now I'm just, you know, analyzing everything.
His graph is quality of music on one axis and then length of beard on the other axis, and it goes down.
Length of beard.
Slow death.
The longer his fucking beard is, the worse his music is.
That's exactly it.
Gillette can fix up his problems. Like, you ain't good.
It's also the amount of syllables that he'll put on his raps because now it's like going crazy.
Yeah, it's too much too because like it gets to a point where if you listen to his early music, it's very easy to digest and it's like so good and it's complex, but in a way that you can understand.
It's clever enough that you know. Like he didn't have to be so like his vocabulary trying so hard putting every word and thing. It was just it just came off very easy, and it was just the humor.
He wasn't like I'm using a mic and it's night and I do a light and I fight and you're like fuck bro, like it's too much.
Exactly.
Oh man.
I
now
eat
he rhymes
champorado and I'm avocado.
Avocado by Macado. Eating machado with adobo.
He doesn't need to do that shit, you know.
Oh, you offended Nats, he just left.
Oh, I just left. Fair enough.
No. See you, Nats. Sorry.
Can't believe you're teasing Eminem.
Can't believe you're making fun of my favorite song, Avocado.
Avocado by the Cado.
Avocado. You know, like a lawyer.
A lawyer,
yeah.
But specifically for avocados. Like he only rallies for
a lawyer, avocado lawyer. Avocado.
Did you...
I'm just imagining
Raph like that one.
I'm just imagining avocado on the stand, just like testifying. I'm just like, what are you gonna testify?
That's actually pretty dope. Avocado.
I don't like being guacamole. Why did you turn me into that shit?
But to circle back to your question, Don, that happens all the time. But I think Nats, it's right. It's just gonna happen. That's just how it is. If there's not that many of one kind of thing,
it makes it hard, It kind of just
Well, it sucks because there should be room for more.
It kind of sucks.
So I don't know why it hurts me the most when Filipinos say it. I understand
Yeah.
if you're not Filipino, if you're like, or white people or non-Filipinos, people say that. Because to them, of course, that's the most famous person, so that's all they know. But when fucking Kabayan come up to you and they're like, oh, you're trying to be Joe, I'm like, bro, there's more there's people in your family 5 times funnier than that motherfucker. No shade to Joe, but your tita is so funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so you know that lots of Filipinos can be funny. So they should be room for everyone.
There's just a giant moth in the studio right now.
I think that's
cool.
Just panicking.
It's like, by the way, we have a giant moth situation.
Giant moth in the
Just,
studio.
Yeah, I was like, yo, those guys just went quiet. What the fuck are they doing?
You couldn't see it. It was off the camera from here.
We're trying to get
Raph
around.
is like
really like
chopping
pouring
the
out his
air and
heart,
shit.
and then it's like, by the
There's a
way,
moth
we
here.
got a moth here.
The other question I wanted to ask you was, because obviously I mentioned Rebel Wilson and when Ronnie Chang in that. Did you have a backup plan, or did your parents want you to become a nurse, accountant, or anything like that before becoming a comedian?
My parents, I did really well at school because I'm a nerd and I didn't have sex. I did quite well at school, so my parents always fucking, they had high expectations. They were like, oh, you're gonna be like a doctor or something. So yeah, that what expectation was there, but I just didn't really fuck with that stuff. I was always being a creative. Like I've always drawn or I've always like written stuff. Like when I was a kid, I would draw like, I would write my own Goosebumps books. So I was always like love writing shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they expected that, but I think because actually after high school I went to drama school, so I signed up to do a theater degree, which is the biggest fucking like
How did they take that? Like when you told them?
Honestly, at first it's a bit like we fucking moved heaven and earth here to come here for you, and you're going to do Hamlet. Putang ina what?
Yeah.
So there's a bit of that at first. To be or not to be homeless. So that's kind of the first reaction. But I think the moment that it turned around was the moment I got my first TV gig in New Zealand. And they're like, oh, fuck, you're getting paid for this. And you look like you're really happy
That's
up there.
sick, man.
And so it started to kind of turn around then. And then, you guys have Foxtel there, right? We have My Sky. It's kind of the equivalent, like the TiVo. But it got to the point then it flipped too hard the other way. Like they're hard out supporters. Too much. Like my dad has kept the same fucking clip of me doing stand up on New Zealand television on his like recording box since 2014. And he has the setting where it says saved, like keep, like you can't delete it by accident. And he watches that shit. Like it's so weird, bro. He'll watch that and then the finals of the 2015 Rugby World Cup where New Zealand wins, just back and forth.
Just those two.
That's good to be up there with the.
Yeah, that's good company.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, true. Bowden Barrett and me, you know what I'm saying? So. But yeah, so to answer your question, it was hard at first, but I think so. I know I do a lot of jokes, and I know you guys do as well. But I think the second gen and first gen migrants and children of migrants do a lot of jokes about how the Filipino parents or Asian parents want their children to be nurses and doctors and shit. But I actually think that if you found a way to communicate to them that all they want for you is for you to be happy, and all you want is to be happy as well, that you want the same shit, you're arriving at it in just from different ways. You know, like all they want, their definition of happiness is you don't have to worry about rent or roof over your head and you're secure.
Struggle.
But your happiness is like expression and being able to be yourself. Like those are the same things. It's just like coming at it from different ways. I think the moment that I found a way to tell my parents that was when they understood, when they're like, oh, this is why we moved, so you can do this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so good. Far out.
Yeah,
So
it's like
again,
every end of the
I
movie.
brought the
like,
mood down again. So
no,
Harry
no,
Potter.
No, man.
Your story reminds me of like all the the dance movies that I've seen. Where there's always that one dancer that the parents don't disapprove of, that they're always disapproving of their dancing dreams until they see him on stage at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow.
It's Sister Act.
Yeah.
It's Sister Act, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sister
Yeah.
Act. Sister Act.
What they don't show you in those movies is next to those parents, there's another group of parents watching their kid who has a dream, but the kid's real shit at dancing, and the parents are like, we wasted it all.
We should have invested in that kid.
We're moving back to Philippines.
We'll save so much money.
I'm not a creative at all,
It's
man.
like, you gotta be fucking, you gotta back it up too, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they can't be right, like, they can't be like, right, that you should have been a nurse.
I pissed off my parents. So we immigrated here, and then like right out of school, I told them like I wanted to work in a call center, and they were like, "Fuck, man! Like we should have just stayed in Philippines. All the call centers are over there. That's where all the jobs were."
You literally moved away from the mecca of call centers to go somewhere else.
It's like I'm gonna go to the Philippines to become a famous actor.
It's yeah.
And you're moving from LA.
Mind you, if you go over there and you like have an Aussie accent and you have mildly light skin, because everyone knows fucking colorism's real bad in the Philippines,
Oh, man.
you'll get famous as fuck.
You'd make it, eh? Straight away, eh?
Immediately you'll get off the plane and then the first person who sees you is like, "Oh, artista!"
There's
like
a
straight away.
scout
Boom.
over there. You know
fucking
where you
around.
collect your luggage?
That's
There's
so
a
true.
talent scout. They go, "Hey, we need
Yeah.
a singer." You go, "I don't sing." He goes, "We can make you sing."
Yeah.
I think
Your plane lands and then your bag is spit out at ABS-CBN studio, bro. Like, that's where you pick your bag up.
I get the opposite
crazy.
because I'm a bit of a dark skin, so the bags come to me and they think I'm a chauffeur.
And they're, my car is over here, man.
Isn't that fucked? Like, I talk about that in some of my stand-up. I recorded a special last year. It was like the main theme of it was how fucked it is that shit still is a thing in the Philippines. That dark skin, light skin bullshit, like that privilege bullshit. That's cooked, man. We gotta get that shit out. Like, I don't know. That's my jam. I'm just like,
Let's do
who
it.
gives a fuck?
Can I tell you the story about like GK, the Gawad Kalinga?
Yeah.
So we get like a group of people here from Australia that go over to the Philippines. We organize like helping out charities and stuff, building houses and
for the
things.
poor people, yeah.
One of our friends,
course.
he's big, tall Australian, white dude, right? And he's about my age. And then it's him and like 3 other organizers that will go into meetings with like the people that would sponsor, like you're approaching people for money to sponsor, like
Yeah, of course.
And so my friend, he's there, right? Like he doesn't really add anything to the meetings or anything. He's just there as the tall white guy. And I was like, so like, what do you say? You don't prepare anything? And he's like, no, they need that in Phils because for some reason they listen to him because he's this tall white dude. But everyone, like the other 3 people that he goes into the meetings with, they're the ones that prepare all the data, or like the like what you're bringing to the table, basically. But
Yeah.
naturally, they're just drawn to listening to what he has to say, just because he's white. You know what I mean?
That's fucked.
Yeah. The internalized
Yeah.
shit is a
Yeah.
motherfucker, man.
It is, man.
Yeah.
But,
we should just stop buying shares for the papaya soap companies, man. Just fuck that.
I'm gonna lose money if I sell all my shares.
Do you know what's wild though? So this is something that I've learned after. So I mentioned I shot the special last year. The main kind of thing that I'm talking about in it is the kind of hangovers from colonialism in the Philippines and how it's alive there and we take it overseas with us.
Yeah.
When we move and shit. But I've learned that like when you bring that shit up and like for example, if you posted that in Subtle Filipino Traits, there's a divide between mainland Filipino and diaspora Filipino.
Right.
Like where mainland
What's the second
Filipino. Also, the second one is like Filipinos that moved overseas.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Whereas
Yeah, with that.
I think people, it's like there's like a denial that shit is still a thing at home. They're like, we just like Filipino skin. People just love skin whitening. It's part of the culture. I'm like, it shouldn't be, bro. That's fucked. You're
Yeah.
bleaching yourself because you hate yourself. What the
Yeah.
fuck is wrong with you? That's not good.
That's one of the things that gets
It's
me. That
there's
divide.
there's that word for that, and I used to always bring it up.
Mestizo?
What's it called? The whole colonial mentality, I think.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
that whole subject on that.
Yeah,
It's
Handy.
It's fucked up. It's just not a
Damn.
fan. Definitely a big divide on that shit.
Yeah, big time. Anyway, mood's down again. Oh, how about that green people, huh?
That's all good, man. We talk about this stuff on the podcast as well.
No, I know.
And I think
just know what our
this
guests.
is kind of the.
I think it's really good that because there's something that we've realized recently when like leaning more into the Filipino stuff, like into our culture. That's when our community or our listenership has grown. And just in the same way that the stuff that you've been doing on your socials, man, I think it's really, and in your specials, I think that resonates with people, like with Filipinos. So I think that's really good.
Yeah, but bro, I'm kind of similar to you guys in that. Because how long have you guys been doing the pod for?
5 years.
4 years?
5 years already.
5 years, yeah.
Yeah.
And has it always been about being Filipino the whole way?
Nah.
Nah.
Hell no.
When did you guys lean in?
Took a mad.
Oh, well, when we started our TikTok.
Garcia joined.
Last year.
It's like March
We got
last year,
Garcia
right?
joined.
March
Yeah.
last year.
So about a year
Yeah.
ish?
Yeah, probably.
And so that's when you guys started popping, right? On TikTok and shit, because people resonated with the content?
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
So
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm kind of similar in that, like, my stand-up hasn't always talked about being Filipino, and I've been doing it for 12 years, and it's really only the last 3 or 4 years that I've started to talk about that shit on stage.
Yep.
But I found that it's in a similar thing with you. Filipino started coming up to me after shows being like, oh fuck, that's really cool that you're talking about that, no one else does. So I feel like represented and heard when listened to when I see you. So I'm like, oh fuck, this is
That's
so much
awesome.
better than that's so much more satisfying than just getting a joke about, you know, fucking fitted sheets on my bed or some shit. That's some dumb fucking observation about that. So like there's like something very satisfying about your community reaching out and being like, you know, this is cool that you're representing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it opens your eyes as well to all the other stuff, like the whole, like how mainland Philippines, people from the mainland perceive people who are like
Migrated.
second generation immigrants in other countries and stuff.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
kinda
How have you
see
guys
that.
found it?
I think the thing you said as well, like it's something we kind of knew of, but you realize how much more prevalent it is now that we're sort of finding people to relate to, because like, you know, like yourself being in New Zealand, and then we've got like finding now most of our audience is actually overseas. Would you say like in the stats, guys? I think like most of our listeners are actually like from
North
the States
America.
now
Yeah.
and stuff, and then just seeing that, like, you know, resonate, it just makes it a lot more prevalent to us. It's like, shit, this shit is like actually like for real, you
Yeah,
know,
it's-
and we're actually learning more. It's more of a learning thing for us. Like we're like, holy fuck, like we felt this, but more so now, and it sort of just validates like a lot of these things.
Yeah, I think it's
we've
wild
been
too,
feeling.
because it's the good part and then the shit part of it comes too, right? Like, 'cause I
Yeah.
think what I get is, do you guys get any comments? You guys might get some of this, but I get a lot of mainland Pinoys commenting on my shit, being like, "Oh, great, just another fucking foreigner or a fake Filipino talking about their bullshit, making fun of our shit." It's like, nah, I'm not making fun of it from a place of. I'm making fun of it from like, I love this thing, you know. Like I'm from a place of love. Like it's in the same way that you roast your friends and family and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not making fun of the accent. I'm not saying you sound stupid. I'm saying this. When I do this voice, it reminds me of my dad, and I love him. So you know. But I think from them, it's like, oh, you hate your culture.
like
It's
an
like, nah,
attack
bro,
or
I
something.
fucking love that
Yeah.
shit. Like it's
Yeah.
my favorite thing.
Yeah.
One of
but
our, like,
it's hard to
videos-
communicate that.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, you're always gonna get both sides of the coin.
We got a lot of hate in one
not gonna
video.
change their mind.
That was just all the hate comments are just
The
from
Filipino
there.
accent one.
Yeah, the Filipino
being the
accents,
sexiest
yeah.
accent in
Yeah,
Asia.
yeah. Yeah, that one got a lot of mainland hate. So yeah, we know that's
Yeah.
right.
Mainland hate.
I never look in those comments. They get
Yeah,
really
Mainland
loud.
hate. That
They get
hate's
ruthless in
the
the dialogue
fucking
as well. I was like, oh,
exported
shit.
hate.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know. I'm the only one that likes those comments. I out of the three of us, I'll go through and like each one of the comments, whether it's
Yeah.
negative or positive, because I'm just like,
Like
yes,
torture, man.
give me that engagement.
My sister,
yes.
my sister would send me like screenshots of one of the hate comments and throw it like once a day in my inbox. Every single hate comment in that video, just for fun. Like, okay.
Just to keep you grounded, you know what I'm
Just keep
saying?
you-
In case you
yeah,
get too-
Yeah, there's some people that hate you too.
Oh man. man.
And it's just her quotes, like her comments. She's the one that made them.
Yeah,
She's
she got
making
burner
new
accounts.
accounts.
Fuck out there, it's from the same person.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah, one of my favorite comments that we usually get a lot is like, "Oh, here we go!" Like, what do you call it? People outside of the Philippines having some identity crisis again.
Yeah.
Because like we always have like some sort of like questioning of our identity, whether it would be like, oh, are we Australian or are we Filipino or are we Islander or are we Asian? All that stuff. So
I think
it usually rises them up.
it's so wild because I don't know. I mean, the internet is fucked, right? The internet is built in a way that forces you to make assumptions about other people just based off something. And so I feel like it probably goes both ways. There's probably there is probably Filipinos who live overseas who think they're better because they got out of the hood or left or whatever. So that probably exists, which is fucked up. Like, that's not true. Like, you just move somewhere else. It's not necessarily better or worse. Like, you know, you're not better because you left. But then there's also Filipinos who live in the Philippines who make assumptions about people who live overseas and think that, you know, they think that they're better. But I don't think I'm better or worse than anyone.
No.
In fact, I'm worse because I can't have fucking chicken joy whenever I want. I gotta...
Is there no Jollibee in New Zealand as well?
Nah, bro.
Yeah, what's that
Sucks.
bullshit about? Like not in Australia, not in New Zealand.
Wow, do they not know? Like, we're here. Fuck, we will eat that shit up.
It's they need to.
They
get
brought
onto
Five
it.
Guys here
It's
before
spreading
they
like
brought
wildfire
Jollibee.
and-
Can you
yeah.
believe it?
Yeah, I didn't like Five Guys.
Really?
None of the five of them. None of them.
Any of the five.
Any of the five. Like
Not
I don't
even,
even know their
especially
names.
One
Ethan.
of the
Fuck
guys.
Ethan.
Carl, Chad.
He's the worst guy.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, bro. Like yeah.
Nah, but do you guys engage with that shit, or what do you guys do?
I kind of experienced it a bit firsthand, because I work with a lot of like fillers as well, and I had like some sort of beefs with some guy. But what really got me the most, right? Because like in this thing that I'm doing, I'm like Filipino, but I'm grew up in Australia, so I work with British people. So the only difference is like face value. Well, I'm Aussie British, so it is different. But like westernized, like growing up, exactly the same. But you can feel it's completely different how I'm perceived sometimes, how I feel anyway. And I'm just using this as an example, but in other places as well. Like people will go at you just because you look philo. Like they can, like, you know, I think like there's a thing. They're a bit more threatened with Western people, like if you're white or something.
Yeah.
But Western philo, like they're a bit more, but they will go at you like, you know, tear you down or like bring you down. It's like, dude, I'm you, man. I'm like representing you. I'm like doing it for us. I'm the one trying to bring you up, and then you get fucking put on a stake and set on fire type thing just because you grew up somewhere else. It's like you're not Filipino, so I'm like, fuck you then, you know. I don't give a shit.
It's wild to me that you can't quantify how Filipino someone is. I know I joke about it, you guys joke, we joke about how, you know, quote unquote, oh, that shit's so fucking Filipino, but I think that's just like, that's all gags, right? Like at the end of the day, you can't, there's no measure, you can't, you know, that's not how it works. Like if you identify as that shit, then you are that shit, you know?
Yeah. And like, I want to preface this like with we do have fans in the Philippines that love us, so I don't want to say that. Shout outs to you guys, because like I don't want to be like giving the wrong impression, saying that everyone in the Philippines are like haters and stuff.
I think it's a bit obvious. We have direct fans and friends. Like we got Woo. We got
Woo.
I think it's a bit obvious when we know who we're talking about. It's these people that are just too narrow-minded to know anything. And James is right. There's people on both ends too. There are actually fillers, unfortunately, that do think they are better just because they grew up somewhere else or don't want to affiliate with Philip or deny that they're Filipino. It's just both ends of the coin. But you know, we don't speak.
We've got to give
Yeah.
some same
Yeah,
energy to them too.
Pull
Fuck
your
you
head,
guys too.
sort it out. Pull your head in, tita.
That's
if you're
it.
listening, okay? Just because you grew up in Richmond and Sydney
With your fake bags.
doesn't make you
you
better
guys.
from your sister and cousins in Makati, okay?
Richmond.
Exactly.
Oh man.
I met those motherfuckers in fields, man. No, like
That sucks too. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what possesses a person to think that shit. I'm just like,
yeah. The
you're
person
not better, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because
You're
see, this is the thing.
privileged.
None of like
Privilege,
the fact
that's
that
the word.
I got to grow up overseas none of that was my work. That was my parents' sacrifice. You know what I mean? So I mean, I can't like flex that kind of like I didn't earn this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing that brought that to my attention was a security guard at the place that we were staying at in Fields. They were like, and you're not from this place, right? Like, it just kind of hurt because that security guard sees that shit on a daily basis enough to know that, like, oh man, this is a little bit different where you're from. I was like, yeah, because, you know, where I come from, there's a lot of Filipinos out here in West Sydney and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. I
think the thing to remember is because our parents gave us the opportunity and we have the privilege to be in a different country, it's so much more of I feel like a responsibility for us to rep our culture, to rep the Filipino culture, you know?
Oh yeah.
And share our experience for everybody else. And
yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
What I find hard with that sometimes, I was like doing comedy in New Zealand. There's like, I'd say I float between a 50-50 space of like wanting to rep Philippines and then the other 50% of the time being tired of being the only representative. I'm like, shit, man. Like sometimes I do just want to go out there and talk about, you know, shitty relationship, like jokes, you know, but like I don't want to have to wave that flag every time. I think it should be down to the person to decide how much they want to of what. But just because I'm not up there talking about how Filipino my mum is, that doesn't make me any less Filipino.
Yeah.
Than it.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like if I went up there and started talking about, I don't know, go back to my fitted sheets thing again, then I'm just a Filipino guy talking about fitted sheets.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I don't have to always talk about it. You know, like just how you guys haven't always talked about Filipino things in your show.
Yeah.
You've still been always been Filipinos doing a
like
podcast.
an identity outside just being a filler dude, right?
Yeah. People should be complex, right? Like you can be a Filipino and a fucking asshole. Like those two things.
They go well together.
Like you can separate those two things.
Yeah, like ever since Apple the App
Hey,
did
can I
like
ask you?
Billboard, you know, we don't expect him to do more Filipino stuff, you know, like Apple the App, he just did that one song about Filipinos and that's it, you know, like, you know, we can do other things as well.
Yeah. For Apple the App, that's a fucking great example because people don't listen to Where's the Love being like, oh, here comes the Pinoy. They just go, here comes Apple the App, and he's also Filipino and he's fucking dope.
Yes.
You know?
Can I ask? Sorry, this is just a burning question now, and it's because you as a comedian. Sorry to like sort of change the topic, but what's your like? Who's your top 5 that inspires you?
In comedy?
I know it's such a like typical interview question, but I'm actually really interested. Yeah, like that makes you just want to like do comedy. It can be comedians, or it could even be like, you know, if there's like just artists in general that have like made you like, what made you want to do?
Or it could be Dylan.
Comedy.
Chris Rock was my guy growing up.
Oh
yeah.
The first ever stand-up special I watched was Never Scared by Chris Rock, followed by Bigger and Blacker. Two of the best specials of all time, I reckon.
Nice.
This guy, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover.
hey.
Oh shit. Okay.
He does everything. He's the guy that I always blueprint my career on. I'm like, what the fuck's Donald doing? Can I do that? Can I screenwrite? Can I?
Is that like from Community? I like my first introduction was like Community, so I don't know if that was where.
He's from Community, but he's also a stand-up. He's got
He's a
Emmys
writer.
for writing on 30 Rock.
30 Rock, yeah.
Oh,
He
shit.
makes Atlanta now, and he's just a fucking guy who doesn't box himself into anything. Because
Yeah, he's
so
sick.
for background, I do stand up, but I also direct theater. I trained as an actor, and I write for telly. So I don't just do comedy; I do drama and shit as well.
Right.
So
Okay.
I used to rap, not anymore, because I look like this and I sound like this when I rap. So I don't do that anymore. But I just like making shit. So him. So how many is that? 2.
2.
Who's the other ones? Fuck, on the spot, naman.
Pressure.
Ali Wong, I fucks with.
Oh,
Nice.
I was thinking her. I don't know why. Like maybe because I saw her recent one.
She had the new
yeah,
one.
she's
Yeah.
like Korean.
She's also
The new one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
also a
dope.
writer.
She doesn't really play on the Korean thing, but she does the women
Yeah, she
thing a
stands-
lot. And I'm like, it's like I'm trying to connect the dots. Like, what gets you to hear?
I
But
think
anyway,
her
yeah.
thing is she is. I like that she's unashamedly like a loud and kind of gross, talking about gross things, woman on stage. Because in
Yeah.
comedy, historically, women who have tried to do that, they get like people go, oh, always talking about periods, yuck, and the people, I'm like, fuck, shut up, man. People talk about dicks all the time and gives a fuck. So I like that she just does it and doesn't give a fuck. That's dope.
Yeah, she's dope.
Who else the fuck? There's heaps, but I don't know. Those are the ones that come to my head first.
You can say
at
yourself
first.
if you want, bro. It's okay. For the
Yeah,
I'd
man.
like to thank
Do you
myself.
know? Not myself,
Who's
but
it?
speaking of that, someone that I would say is recently inspired me a lot is Kanye from watching
Hey.
I'm watching
Nice,
the documentaries
The
right now.
documentary, It's fucking dope.
So
man.
fucking
The
dope.
genius. How good is
Man
that, man?
is-
It's so raw. It's so raw.
Bro, it makes you so. It like makes me so hungry to just like do my own thing and like make things, because I'm just like, I don't necessarily agree with who he's become now, but I fucking love his music. Is like, he just puts all his soul into it. So I fuck with him.
It's really inspiring to see him like put himself out there. Like there's that scene where he's trying to shop, all falls down in the studio, and people aren't listening to him at all.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So fucking
It
good.
hurts, man. Like it's like every
I love
scenario
the-
was like
yeah.
against him, eh? But he was like, "No, I'm not gonna take that shit."
Bro,
and
even
figure out a
Dave
way to get
Dash, his
around
own
it.
label,
Exactly.
was like, I'm not putting you on.
Shelfing him and
Yeah.
stuff. I think that's what made him even hungrier and pushed him.
Oh, shelving him, putting him on the
Higher
shelf.
type
I thought
thing.
you meant putting him up his ass.
Shelf.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that.
Well,
Maybe we
maybe
should
that
go
too.
to like what you call it, town hall, and just instead of busking, we could just do like a live podcast in front of people.
Just talking
Hey, you
in front of
joke, but people do that, bro, and they
No,
film
but-
this shit, put it
But
on
no,
TikTok.
you know, I think that's what
should.
like
Let's do it.
makes that documentary so inspiring. Cause like I just can't imagine like, man, he was like about it, like any means necessary. He's like, fuck it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it. Like from his living situation, what he was doing, all that shit. It kind of brings me back to when you're a bit younger, when you're just like, you know,
Yeah.
you don't give a shit about anything
Yeah.
else. It's just like, I just want to fucking make it. This guy didn't work, nothing. It was purely like, this is it. This is all I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Studio to studio, meeting
Yeah.
people, and just in his element.
There's something inspiring
Like, man,
about that
that's cool.
hunger, eh?
There's something inspiring about that. And even like, it's not glamorous or anything. See the guy driving in his shitty car. I'm like, that's fucking sick. You know?
Yo, man, the conversation is getting really, really good. But I know that you said that you only had an hour to give, and I know it's like almost 11
I
p.m.
do probably have to shoot soon because it's 11 here now, and I'm in
Yeah.
my room, and
Oh, yeah.
my girlfriend's probably waiting for me to finish. That's what
I feel
she
you.
said.
I feel you. Hey man, if it takes you 40 minutes to finish, man, that's a good run, bro.
Sorry, let me finish that. That's what she said on opposite day.
Hey, so like, is there anything that you'll be doing now? Like, what did you want to promote on the podcast? Like, what you want to?
Plug,
You have
plug.
any dates you want to plug?
I mean, I was supposed to head over there, but COVID fucked that for me. I was
Bro,
supposed to do
come to
Sydney and
Sydney,
Melbourne
man.
again this year,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
Yeah.
I'll be back next year. Not really. Follow my TikTok. Follow my Instagrams. That's kind of where I make shit. If you're in Edinburgh, Scotland, I'll probably be there in fucking August doing the Edinburgh Fringe.
Oh, you can't come to Sydney, but go all the way to
Nice.
Scotland, bro.
Wait. When's that again?
No, because I was already going to be that side of the world visiting my sister. It's in August.
Ah, fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck. You're in the UK.
I might fucking dude. I'll get you a contact.
on over.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
very
man.
far.
You're not gonna beat
I'll
up.
try and
But yeah,
get
follow my
You're not gonna
TikTok. If my shit drops, like if I manage to get a fucking streamer to buy my special, watch that. That's it.
Hey,
Boy Mestizo, look out
Hey,
for
good
that
luck,
shit.
man.
Yeah. You've also got a website, jamesroque.com.
That's it.
Hell yeah. Follow
That's
him.
it.
hey.
Hey, thanks
Well,
for
thank you
having
for
me,
joining the
boys.
show, man.
You
Thank
guys,
you for joining the
honestly,
show.
But thanks for being here, dude. I'm inspired you being here.
I've
man. Love
seen
hearing your shit.
your videos pop up on my For You a lot in the last couple of years, and I've been like, oh, these guys are funny. They've got good. I had a podcast similar to what your guys' show was with two of my other friends. They weren't Filipino, but we're kind of the three brown guys in New Zealand comedy who came together.
Freaking
But-
dangerous.
Yeah, that's the one. But but it reminded me of that a bit, and it made me it made me laugh a lot. So, and you guys deserve all the success and followers you're getting. So keep
you, man.
grinding, man.
Oh, man.
It's
Really
cool. It's cool to
appreciate
see
it.
you guys popping off. It's cool.
Warm and fuzzies.
I love it when a comedian
Lovely.
thinks we're funny, so it makes me feel
Yeah, because
funny. It makes me feel validated.
That's
He's trying to beat your koi.
Well,
when
I'd say it's funny, but also I'm like, oh, making fun of accent again. Huh?
What Filipino joke did I have this time? Like
Identity crisis, huh?
identity crisis.